So yeah, that's death balls, right? Yeah.
Yep, that's going to be a Dragon Knight right now.
So they're just waiting for the core items, and then they'll push 5-man. And we'll see if they can stay alive long enough. Not today. And if they can stay alive long enough, and just keep like a good wall vacuum into stun, maybe that should be fine.
You feel like at a certain point, Void Boy's lineup kind of tops out. Like, do you feel like there's a point?
Yeah,
where...
there's a point where like they become a lot weaker. Like the death ball is like not strong because they have so good ultimates and so good team fight, but they need a bit of farm and like need some time to get the levels as well.
So Void Boys versus NoT today. Draft is complete. We're just waiting on the last hero to be selected. We are up on camera, by the way. That's like the TV screen that'll show you. That's like live at all times. And so Void Boys versus NoT today. I mean, I completely agree. I think that Void Boys has a really sick timing, but if they don't hit it, their lineup just falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
They don't have the best way to catch.
It's really hard. I mean, yeah, it depends. I think a lot has to do with the DK's game. I hope I'm not the ops.
Oh, it's actually going to be me this game, and I'm not used to the speed of the mouse or anything like that, but
still better than me.
So, for Void Boys, you've got Susie actually going to be playing this Dragon Knight. I don't think you know a lot about these players individually, but for example, I played a one-on-one against Susie because he called me out, and I just got bodied. But it was like Lena versus Storm, so what am I supposed to do?
Oh my god, yeah, you have to accept that challenge.
Exactly. When somebody comes at you like that, you know, I have to respond, and so I did, and I got straight up bodied, and I mean, he's a good player overall. Like, I know that he's gonna be really solid. I don't know why you keep laughing at me.
I don't know. I mean, you got bodied, so he's probably a 7K plus player.
Yeah, he actually is.
Okay, makes sense.
So mechanical skill at the very least, you can tell that he's gonna be really high. And both of these teams, I think that, especially Void Boys, they don't scrim as much as you'd like. And they don't have the most competitive experience. Like, they played in last year's TI, but the lineup is switched, right? Because they used to have Pat Soul. But individually, they're really talented. Is the main thing. Like, they're all 6.5K plus.
Not today, like, has team house, right?
I'm not actually sure, but I know that they're in California, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm actually not clue. I know there's some American teams that have team houses. I'm not sure if this is the one.
Yeah, and so, I mean, we have a little bit of time, I guess, before the games, and we've kind of discussed what team is trying to do what, but do you feel like a team house is absolutely necessary for team success?
I don't think it's necessary. Like, it's different for different teams. It helps bonding as well, but I mean, I don't think it's necessary anymore. But if it works for you, then go for it.
Yeah, and so NoT today had a shot bug. We're now going to start the game as we see that it's definitely going to be support left track. There's no doubt about it, right? And what do you expect to see out of NoT today? I mean, for me personally, I feel like you don't just sit passively with the Shadow Fiend. You have to create space for him.
Like, a lot comes down to Lesh and Shadow Demon to do work in the start. Like that combo is, like, if they can get mid with that, that's like an easy kill. Like, we're gonna see they're all moving bottom right now. It's gonna be 4 versus 5. Darkseid is still top. See if we can get a kill here. That would be huge for NoT today.
Yeah, and I actually think it's really important right now for NoT today to be able to set up really cleanly here, because they rely more on getting the kill here because they need the better early game start. I feel like if NoT today has a really sick early game start, they could just straight up win the game.
Is here they double block the pull camp with the 1 sentry and 1 obs. So they clearly don't want them to pull any camps.
Do you think they're aggro tri-laning then?
I would say it's probably dual rather than... It might be aggro actually, but it could be dual as well. We'll see.
What kind of dual lane would you like to see? Like Undying?
Maybe Undying Viper. Okay. Wait, what is this build? Okay, it looks like Winrun is top during to the build, so it's... The battle
begins. Oh, I'm actually really surprised she decided to go for an...
Yeah, it was Viper Undying bottom and DK mid.
Okay, yeah.
He wants the top build with Ring of Protection.
Oh, and so the Dazzle is just going to block this camp out for him, and so Dazzle, Wind Ranger, I mean, how much strength do you feel like that lane actually has?
I mean, they can't do much against Darkseid. They can, but Wind Ranger is fine against Darkseid, so it's like trade farm. And they already blocked the camp and they won't be able to deward it. Let's see if they have any wards. No, they don't. They used all their money.
So it's going to be Van against Susie in this lane. I know he likes to be referred to as 747 Susie, so I'm going to call him that. And at this top lane, it's going to be Mercy Please against Ifrit, who's actually up against this dual lane. But I mean, Darkseid should be okay, right? Because they don't have the highest kill potential right now.
He's probably going to get a lot. I think the most losing lane is the bottom lane, because they have such high kill potential. You just need to... If I were the supports, I will try to give SF some solo XP, but it's kind of hard right now.
Get him to level 3 and
yeah,
then
when level 3 and then you set up for a kill, like real fast. That's probably their best way to win this lane.
Yeah, because if you look at Shadow Fiend's HP right now, 321, they're not going to fight into that.
They're not going to fight. But they're really smart Void Boys. Like blocking the camp was so huge, because they know they need levels if they're going to be tried against a dual lane. And then now they can't get the XP they want, so now they just have to like leech on the lane.
Oh yeah, I guess that's completely true. And so he actually levels up. Stinger decides to go for the lightning over the sun, and they actually catch him out with the soul, or with the disruption, and the tombstone then is dropped. Stinger doesn't really have anything, no disruption or stun to follow.
Yeah.
Smash is getting quite low, but this should just kind of be a trade where both teams are just kind of showing the strength of the lane.
I don't know why they disrupt there, because if you look at all their skill builds, like they're not made to fight at this level. Like they can't fight. He went Necron, Shadow Fiend, and Lightning on Leshrac. Like they can't kill anyone. Like it's impossible for them to kill anyone.
Yeah, it felt really pointless there too.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really have the mana to be able to spam that out, right? And they don't want to get into those fights because I feel like it favors Void.
They just want levels. Like they want levels badly, and they have super high burst when they get levels.
Yeah, so Ifrit's doing just fine up at top lane, though. That's the trade-off, right, is that the Darkseer will have a little bit better of a time at top, but, I mean, Mercy Please is still pretty much free-farming, whereas Smash has been pretty much contested really heavily at this bottom lane.
Yep. Yeah, it looks... they're just gonna chill. Like, they know that now that it's time to wait for levels on bottom lane.
Alright, so as things start to kind of calm out, we see Van doing quite well for himself in this mid lane. He's 12-3 against the 11-1, 12-1 now of Suzy, and Suzy's actually doing pretty well. I feel like this is an okay matchup for Dragon Knight, right? Because
I don't, you know better than me about this matchup. I feel like Klinks is super strong against melee heroes though, because the
fire arrows,
searing arrows, they do so much damage.
But it's one of those things where the Dragon Knight never dies because if you play it properly,
of course,
you just spam out the Breeze Fire.
Of course. Yeah, with a new buff that reduces damage.
Oh, and at bottom, they lay down the Tombstone, and Mystico's not in the best position, but it doesn't really matter. He does have the Disrupt up as well, so this shouldn't really change too much. And Smash starting to finally pick up a little bit of farm, but still this lane, I mean, if you had to call it, I'd say right now, this is pretty successful for Void Boys because top isn't being punished really too badly at all. Your mid lane is pretty even as well.
Yeah.
This is kind of what it's set out to do.
Most lanes are pretty even right now, like not much happening. It's pretty hard for bottom lane to kill anyone as well, if they play defensive.
And so the Darkseer just kind of doing what the Darkseer does, forcing out the lane with this Ion Shell, but Wind Ranger's still free farming right now, 16, leading the game so far, and Van actually pauses the game.
Yeah.
And they said config, sorry. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, it's normal Dota. You just need to pause to keep it real.
This is like standard stuff.
Yeah.
A Megaphone actually goes for the Magic Stick off the bat, and I think this is the correct decision. I don't really think he needs boots.
Yeah.
I don't think they expect they're going to get any kills.
They're probably, they don't expect they won't get any kills. They just want to get farm and Viper. It's too hard to get kills against 3 people.
Yeah, and so Mystico at this bottom lane just casts Disruption and takes the regen rune. A little bit of a cheeky play, but it costs no either side nothing.
Yeah, it's the wash play.
Yeah, so Smash continues to kind of farm. Do you feel like there's a timing where the Viper and the Undying have to kind of dive or go for the kills, or do you think that this pace is okay?
I think there's gonna be a timing where NoT today goes to kill them instead, and they're hopefully they can get a TP response to help them.
Yeah.
Because once they go with like double race into stun and lightning, like it's gonna hurt.
Oh, that actually does so much damage.
Yeah, it's like their burst is super high.
Yeah, and so Viper does have to be a little bit careful. It looks like Mystico, I mean, he's just kind of threatening in this side lane. And the Viper, I thought for a second they were going to go on that because it looked like he was slightly out of position. And
the scary thing is if we go on Viper and he puts up a tombstone, they're probably going to... Oh, we missed one.
Okay, I
didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah, okay, see, that's the hard thing about observing, because in a million years, would you...
Yeah, everyone would look at bottom lane and wait for the first blood, right?
And so that's actually really surprising because it doesn't look like Suzy had sentries or the dust.
He didn't have a DK farm, he got level 6 after he got killed.
Yeah, that's...
So that makes actually no sense.
The Klinks really had to have messed up with the Windwalk then for that to happen, but still, a solo kill for Suzy, which, I mean, I talked about it before, right? This guy's really individually talented, and so...
That's huge.
I mean, from a mid-player perspective, at least I can lend you that, is that it's like the worst thing ever. From a moral standpoint, from a morale standpoint to die solo, you're just
now
like, oh man.
He picks up a bracer and the power treads, like that's huge.
Yeah, like he can't die. Even harass doesn't even matter in this lane anymore. And this bottom lane, I mean, things are still pretty passive. This ward is still up. It continues to block. They're not getting the levels that they want. Like, this is a level 3 Shadow Fiend at 6 minutes in the game.
Yeah, like he's trying to go for a kill, but he's hesitant as well, because he knows if they fuck up and die on bottom lane, then it's all over. Like if they get advantage with level with Undying Viper, then it's just all over.
Yeah. Do you feel like, especially in this patch, that the laning phase kind of determines more than it should?
Yeah, so like when they removed the comeback mechanics, or like reduced it rather, it feels like laning is a lot more important. Once you get ahead, you stay ahead most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not today though. They do have a lot of team fight, right? So it's not like they'd be completely screwed. And they're actually looking for this kill in mid. As Suzy, once he steps forward, Mystico gonna try to drop the disrupt on him, but like you said, Shadow Priest is right behind him. He's got the grave as well. They actually just switched targets, and he actually just graves himself. He's gonna be perfectly fine. His Fly TP's in as well with the Undying. And so a trade-off, I mean, who do you really favor that for? I guess it was a smoke commitment.
Yes, I mean, they gain a bit because they have to go back to base, but yeah, that's what I was expecting. It's the Dazzle standing behind and like saving him. Bottom lane, we see some harassment going out.
Yeah, and that Smash can't fight against.
Yeah, you can't fight against Viper.
He's a full level behind. Viper has a lot more farm than he does at this as well, and he's actually
they might
play back and Fly.
Yeah,
he's
gonna
in
go for
position
this
right now. He's gonna throw down the tombstone with the decay. He's actually quite low. Smash, one more right click should be able to do it. Neither of the supports are in position, but meanwhile at top, at the same time, Mercy Please manages to get a solo kill on the Darkseer.
And there we see like the skill early on the ulti on Windrunner can get you easy kill sometimes.
Yeah, I for the most part, it seems like most people level it at least once or twice now in the early game. Whereas before, you used to just skip it completely.
Yeah, because the mana cost, what was it, 300 on level 1? It was like
unbelievable.
You couldn't even use the other
spells.
spells.
No point in getting it.
It was like you might as well use skill stats and ulti if you're gonna use that, because you can't use anything else.
Yeah, but now it's actually worth it to use.
Yeah, now it's so cheap.
So they make a lane rotation as Smash actually heads his way mid. I think this is the correct decision. I feel like they actually should have done this even sooner, because the Clinks can't really die against a Viper and an Undying, and the Shadow Fiend should still always be okay against the Dragon Knight, right?
Yeah, I think this is a lot better for them actually. We'll see how. Yeah, there's still Shadow Demon's looking for kills again, but he can never seem to find opening.
And so they actually managed to get the D-ward as well. Yeah. That's huge for a Shadow Fiend on top of that, because if they want to get aggressive now in the middle lane, they have to go for another smoke. That's the big part. And this Shadow Demon is only level 3. This Leshrac at the same time is only level 4. And on the flip side, I mean, this Dazzle's been kind of just sitting behind people, and he still managed to get level 4, and this Undying is level 5 right now.
Yeah, they get a lot of XP on the supports, but I think they're just gonna farm. Like Darkseer farming jungle. SD seem to be leeching a lot of the XP to catch up. It's 4 now as well. There's not much going on. It's like really passive game right now.
Yeah, but this definitely favors Void Boys. They're just trying to build up a timing, right?
They're waiting for the timing. Let's see what Viper is doing. Yeah, he's got a decent farm.
You think they wait for the mech and then they just go
they're all gonna wait for a mech for sure. They're probably gonna get the tower before they push. Like DK is just gonna spam his form, but it's really hard when it's just pushing out with Chatpi.
Do you feel like the mid should almost always be the first target?
I mean, yeah, it's always gonna. If you have DK mid, you're always gonna have the tower really low. Like you can already see he lost 500 HP on the tower.
Yeah, I think there was some ridiculous statistic. If you lose like your tier 1 mid tower before a certain point, like victory is like all but assured.
I have no idea about that.
It's pretty big.
I mean, it's big. Because if you lose the tower, you can't even go far out to farm with the Shadow Fiend because it's so unsafe, right?
Yeah, and it opens up a path for the jungle as well, right? And you have to ward in that area. And
yeah, it's annoying. You don't want to lose your tier 1 mid tower early. It's so crucial for vision and control.
Yeah, and Shadow Fiend actually opts to go for the mech build. Do you feel like this is the correct decision? Because I feel...
Yeah, because I feel like it's gonna be... They want to fight. If they go mech, they kind of want to fight into the mech. Or they're gonna avoid Spoon.
Yeah, so at this bottom lane, Fly's getting quite low, and I mean the damage is so high, but the Soul Rip isn't gonna be enough. One more poison stack is there. That should be the kill. And Megapunter is actually gonna come in from the right.
Maybe.
Ifrit's actually getting quite low. The zombies are chasing him, and
it's not enough.
Van is actually just trying to kill all the zombies right now. He should be just fine. And finally, a kill on the board for NoT today is a pretty big commitment though. Is you brought
Yeah.
up 2 heroes, a third to follow as well, and it was just for the support Undying, right?
Yeah, feels like every time you gank an Undying, it feels so hard and kind of useless to kill Undying.
It's a support Undying,
Yeah,
right?
because it's an Undying. It's super hard to kill. And like he doesn't even care if he dies. He doesn't really need items. He only needs levels.
And so at top, I mean, the Wind Ranger feels like he's been all but forgotten on the side of Not Today. They're not really trying to pressure him, and I don't really feel like there's any point in attempting this as well. I kind of like this build though, and actually, the Clinks actually manages to get another kill on this Viper at bottom. And I feel like they should have made this rotation earlier, right? Because
Yeah,
the Clinks has
it's
so much
working out.
success at this bottom lane, and yeah, I'm sorry I missed that kill. I'm bad. I'm new to observing. I'm not a play-by-play caster.
I missed it as well. We got a smoke in mid lane, at least 3 people standing behind DK. I guess they want to kill a Shadow Fiend. Yeah, he's gonna go for a shackle shot probably.
Maybe
See if he can hit it.
He's actually just trying to go on the low ground. He pops the Dragon Form, but unable to
not the
chase
play.
uphill. Do you feel like he should have just been a little bit
Yeah, I
more
think
patient?
wait for a shackle shot. It's not that hard to hit when you're in this. So, I was just a bit impatient by DK right there.
Yeah, and Void Boys is actually still smoked up. It looks like you were correct. They are going to go for this mid tower push,
Yeah.
Especially with this Dragon Form pop. I think it's the right idea. They don't really have any sentries or wards, so they don't know if there's a ward up here. But with this Dragon Knight finding that one, there's no way that there's 2 wards.
That was really annoying though for them. They popped DK farm so early because they wanted to go for a kill and didn't get it. Because if they get the kill, they get a tower for sure.
Oh, maybe they wait out this rune, but it doesn't look like Smash is even going to rotate. He doesn't even have a bottle right now, and they pick up this top rune, and it looks like they want to try to make a commitment for this mid tower. And
Windrunner going for it?
yeah, Smash actually gets shackled, but Mystico is in position. He's
Got
taking
him.
heavy damage. He's actually at 20% HP. The Tombstone is dropped as well. Smash is going to go down. Stinger comes in from the left side as well, TPing in with the Dark Seer, but it gets cancelled, and this should mean the mid tower on top of Smash dying for this. Good rotations by Void Boys as the first tower of the game is going to be taken down.
You can see they kind of all committed with TPs. It was 2-3 TPs like instantly,
Yeah.
and they can't fight that. Like it's too hard to fight this early against this lineup. This is like the ultimate fighting lineup, and they need to get levels and get some core items on Not Today before they can do this.
Yeah, something I'm actually really impressed about, Dooney, is the fact that Void Boys as well has been really persistent with how they've been warding and counter warding, right?
Yeah, they've been.
That was their second D-ward of the
The
game
deal
so far.
like do they even? Yeah, they have one on bottom lane. Like
Yeah, they have one at top. Like it seems like they're just D-warding.
Yeah,
they're making
de-warding
sure.
Yeah.
So Ifrit looks like he's being backed up right now, and Mercy, please, he's got to be really careful right now because he doesn't expect the rest of the team to be here. But at top, Shackle flies in, manages to catch Mystico, and Omega Poner is actually quite low. The mech is popped by Ifrit. Wait a second. So Ifrit's got.
Do we have double mech going on there?
What
this
was this?
This is a double mech, right?
What else could you build this into? A pipe, I guess?
It could be. No.
He's not going to get flags on.
It's not gonna get pipe though. It's a fucking Shadow Fiend.
Okay, so this has to be.
There's
have been a mistake,
miscommunication.
yeah.
It has to be.
All right,
There's
so
no
this
way.
this is actually quite bad, right?
This
Because
is
should
terrible.
have been
Like this goal is lost, and you need goal now because they're behind. Like they know the timing push is coming. How is Viper doing? Yeah, he's 500 away.
yeah. So
This is not good news.
yeah, and Susie's actually already picked up a Shadow Blade. He's walking through mid. He knows that there's no way that they have a sentry here.
Yeah.
Prep this early, and he's gonna run into Smash. Mystico is somewhat close by. They're pinging him out as well. It looks like he's gonna be the preferred target. Susie's gonna run into him right here. Pops the Dragon Form, 1 stun, 2 right click. He probably disrupts himself, but this is just a time saving measure. It doesn't actually matter. He's gonna go down. And meanwhile, actually at this bottom area, Van actually manages to pick off the Undying at the same time. So it's not too bad, but it probably hurts more that Susie's getting as much gold as he is right now.
Yeah. But yeah, Vans keeps getting pickups. That's pretty good, but he's getting close to Orchid.
Yeah, and this bottom lane, Stinger has to be careful. He goes to that one right click. The stun's gonna follow. The Breathe Fire is there as well. Susie with that early Shadow Blade.
He's getting a lot.
supports.
Like he's getting a lot on DK now. This could be bad for Not Today.
And they're all rotating up at top. I feel like Van is actually keeping them in this game
Yeah,
right
he
now.
is. He's got a, what is it? The third pickoff? Second.
Yeah, he was actually in another kill,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
did die solo though, which is a little bit.
Yeah, that was
unexpected.
weird. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe you can see it. Someone knows.
I think he just went maybe just a little bit of a
Yeah.
misplay. But anyways, what I wanted to bring up, it's not to insult him, but that he's played well since then. Like,
Yeah,
he's
of
had
course.
good
Yeah,
recovery.
he's really recovered after that. He's got good form. Shackle coming out, missing top lane. He's gonna back
Smash.
up.
I mean, he's being chased out, but he's got so much support behind him, and Mystico, and he's got a mech as well. And it looks like actually Not Today are going to force the issue up here. This is a 4-man rotation, and they're actually all under a ward right now. They're being spotted out, and Void Boys, if they want to take this fight, they easily can as Van. I mean, they've got a ward in this back area, and he's actually kind of sandwiching them out here. I feel like if not today, if they came with this fight, they've got the numbers advantage. Mystico's gonna get shackled up. That's a huge wrecking wall, and a huge raise as well to follow. Mercy Please is getting quite low as well. Requiem of Souls on top of that. The Tombstone doesn't even do anything, and now they know that Mercy Please is up there. And Smash with the blind raise, catching him out. That's gonna be 4 heroes down, and Susie TP's up here as well, but unable to do anything as the tower. This should be the next target, and Smash just goes ham.
I mean, that was a huge stun coming up from Leshrac as well. You can see he's maxing a stun just to get more radius when he's back in. Holy shit, yeah, that was the perfect fight for NoT today. Like, now they can still fight.
I feel like Void Boys should have been prepared for that though. They had 4 heroes standing on top of a ward.
Yeah, that was too clumped up. They got what, 4-man vacuum, 3-man?
Yeah, they had a 3-man vacuum wall behind them, and so they had nowhere to run, and so a perfect fight for NoT today. They were behind at some point in the game, I feel. Yeah, and the net worth off of that one fight.
Yeah, it just spikes up.
And the bigger thing is the experience, and all of a sudden, I mean, there was an early game timing at Van in this mid lane. Looks like he was a little bit too aggressive. He does have the haste rune though, and he should be just fine.
Yeah, that's a risky thing. And we can see Smash picks up the blink tire, so looks like he was going for the mech, but realized that they already had one.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay in terms of communication, but I mean, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, understandable. This is TI, a lot of pressure.
So, Susie entering the jungle right now, and he's got to make things happen right now, especially with what happened at top. I guess the saving grace, though, for Void Boys is that Susie wasn't there, and so he didn't die or give up his streak or anything.
He even got a kill like on the way back, right?
Yeah, and so he also picked up the tower at bottom already. So almost all the tier 1s down for NoT today, but man, that was a top fight. I'm still cringing. That was brutal.
That was brutal. Oh god. Yeah, it's like, man, DK is still so strong now. So if DK was there, they would probably have a hard time. They probably got a better trade this one.
Yeah, but 4 for 0, I think that was.
No, that's 4 for 1. DK killed Shadow Demon on the way back.
So 4 for 1, not the worst thing in the world, I guess, but still.
They lost the tower as well. So
yeah, for Void Boys.
That's not what they want. When they haven't even started. Like they're taking 2 towers now, and they don't want to die before they fight 5-man.
Yeah, so Van picks up the Orchid. I still feel like Void Boys has an okay timing for this, but they really have to go for it at this point.
Yeah, like, they don't want to lose. If they lose one more fight, that's gonna be terrible. And it looks like they want to fight this as well.
Yeah, and Stinger's off on the side right now. He's in a decent position. Doesn't have the best mana pool though, and Smash just kind of raising it out as Susie's backed up by his entire team. He might actually go for the stun on Smash. He's actually getting quite low. The Tombstone is dropped as well. Invert with another huge vacuum wall. The entire team, no one, as Smash pops Requiem, he's going to go down though before it goes down. Fly in the corner goes down as well, but it's too hard to fight into this vacuum wall as Van starts to chase people out, and I mean, a 3 for 1 fight is not
Vacuums is doing work.
Yeah, as Ifrit just goes. I mean, that's the second 3-man one. Is Mercy Please manages to pick off Van with the Sentry Ward, and so 3 for 2 with the tower, but I still feel like these exchanges are going perfectly fine for NoT today.
That's exactly what they want. Like easy fights where you just get a perfect, like the good perfect vacuum wall and stun. They've been doing a really good job with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the second time.
Yeah, exactly the same. There was exactly the same play going on right there.
And he's been playing so well. The bigger thing too, I think, is that the Darkseer all of a sudden has a blink dagger, and so this makes it even more simple. And they've got a hero pretty much that is a melee in the Dragonite, right? The Dragon form obviously helps, but you've got the Undying as well. For the most part, they're going to be clumped up. They have to be so much more careful against the Darkseer.
They got kind of baited there because they went for Shadow Fiend showed himself top, so they went with the stun. But they had to think about the Shadow Demon is protecting him. They're just gonna put him down anyways. So they just grouped up when they tried to go for Shadow Fiend, and then they get a vacuum, triple stun again, and everyone is just dead.
Yeah, I think if the Requiem went off as well,
then everyone would be it's been even worse. Probably a 5-man wipe there. Yeah, didn't manage to get it off though.
And Void Boys, I mean, they went for the tier 1 tower top, but it's costing them so much, and they realized, okay, let's play for another objective. They've got the Medallion of Courage up on fly. They're gonna go for this Roshan. I think this is the
this is the play. Because there's no way they can make it in time. They're just rushing to the tower.
Yeah, and in this mid lane, I mean, a Megafoner has been left alone to kind of defend this out, and looks like he's going for an Axe as well. Smash this area, but they're collapsing on this tower, and it looks like they want to take this. They've got 1 level of Edict. There is a glyph up, though, on Void Boys, and they actually just immediately smoke up. Van is in rear right now, but just trying to look for pickoffs. He does have the Orchid up. I mean, that's a really good Orchid timing as well. Actually, Suzy manages to get the pickoff on Seeker before anything can happen, but a 3-man vacuum wall once again. Mystico gets shackled, though, and Ifrit's got to run away. Smash is actually quite low as well. Suzy's got the Aegis. Smash is being chased down by the zombies. He's got 1 second left for his blink, manages to make it out. Ifrit at this top lane is being chased out by zombies, but finally we start to see a positive engagement for Void Boys.
We see the importance of Leshrak's stun. Like, Leshrak going down instantly is like the biggest DPS loss they can have. Like, the lightning and the ulti just does so much damage in team fights before anyone has BKB and stuff like that.
The main thing, though, that I'm afraid of right now for Void Boys is that's the 3rd time they've been hit by a 3+ man vacuum wall. And imagine if they were able to get the initiation off, right?
Yeah.
And it says this is Ifrit's first pro match on Darkseer, but he's playing phenomenally well. Like, this is perfect. Really well. I wouldn't have expected it to be his first pro match.
I mean, he probably played it a lot, though, in pubs and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah. But I'm still giving him... Because it's different.
I mean, sure. It's doing great.
The Smash opposite continue to keep the headdress.
Yeah, I mean, it's no point. I guess it's no point selling.
The item slide.
Yeah, just keep it.
So the Dire Structure does get fortified as Van tries to do a little bit of damage to it in Smash. He needs to get farm in. Once he picks up that BKB, Void Boys doesn't have the best way to deal with that. They do have the Focus Fire, though.
Does Klingons go for BKB as next item as well? Or is he gonna go for something else?
I think he should.
Yeah, I think there's good BKBs and fights.
You got a snowball.
Yeah, yes.
You can't really die here.
Because they're gonna keep on pushing, like there's no way to go late game with Void Boys.
They don't have...
Well, they have decent late game, actually.
Vipers, those...
Because Windrun is so farmed as well.
Yeah, he's got... Okay, I actually didn't expect this.
Yeah.
Because he's got Aghanim Scepter
and
a Blink Dagger.
With a dagger. So we just gets probably a slasher build now and goes crit. Slasher way.
Slasher. I really like Slasher.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Darkseer, surprisingly... That's the current gold. Man, we have different hotkeys. So in terms of net worth, the Darkseer is actually 2nd. The Dragon Knight leads the field, but yes, he's only died once this game. He's got 6 kills, and they've got the tower lead. But it's really surprising to me that this Darkseer is as farmed as he is. He's got a Blink Dagger, a mech with Arcane Boots, and 1,700 gold on top of that. I'd presume that he can either go for a Hex or a Shiva's. I think Shiva's would maybe be even better here.
Yeah, I think, you could go either way. Like, I wouldn't, you could, like, maybe like a refresher later on, but you probably go for a Shiva's or Hex first.
And so a BKB actually picked up by Suzy right now at a really good timing, and he's actually kept up in farm quite well, leading the pack. This Shadow Fiend is, I mean, the start he had, I guess his farm is okay.
Yeah, I mean, he suffered a bit from buying the headdress, but it's not that big of a deal actually.
Yeah, and so this Wind Ranger's kept up really well as well. 2nd in net worth, or 3rd and 4th in net worth, 2nd on her team is what I meant to say. Is the Clinks manages to overtake her right now, and yeah, he's going to go for the BKB. I think that it's just silly not to. With the amount of damage that he could potentially put out, he doesn't really need another DPS item.
And we're seeing if the Void Boys are going to try to push. We have 1 minute 30 seconds left on Aegis. It looks like they're just going to run down mid. They're grouping up at least.
Do you feel like, how many more push attempts do you feel like Void Boys has?
It depends. Like, I think most of it comes down to the next fight. They're smoking up, they got 1 minute left on Aegis. Something around that.
And so it looks like they want to avoid this south area up at this top lane and just trying to cut somebody off if they can.
Yeah, they're going to go for a cutoff.
But actually, they changed their trajectory. I feel like that was actually going to be okay, but Smash, maybe he's the target. They don't actually know where anybody is quite yet, as Suzy pops out Shadow Blade first, and they don't want to justify Mystico. He gets Blink shackled on. Mercy, please, throws the Focus Fire down as well, and probably more important than that kill, though, is that this gem pickup.
Yeah, did he get the gem from him?
Yeah, they got the... Yeah, they actually got a gem from him.
That's huge, actually, yeah.
Because they have a gem on their own, and now they have... They have 2 gems. Yeah,
that's huge. Because usually you're not happy with the support kill, but if you get a gem from that, that's exactly what you want.
So a pretty decent net worth swing. That was Ifrit's gem actually, so that's where a large portion of his gold went. And Ifrit's actually inside their jungle right now. Surge is in a really aggressive move right now as a Megaponer manages to find him, but he's gonna get the TP. But Mercy, please, he's got the angles, not gonna land the shackle, but it shouldn't matter as Ifrit already casted the TP. He's gonna get chased down, pops the mech. Way too aggressive, I feel, and actually he's kind of making it through. He's got the blink up as well, and he manages to pull it off. Throws down another surge, and if he actually gets away from this, I don't even know what's going on. As Suzy, though, cuts him off. He's going to have the stun ready. No, doesn't even need it as the Shadow Blade hit is enough. And that was...
that was a bit clowny, I guess.
Yeah, that was...
He forgot to use his urn with Dazzle, as it would have been dead right away.
But why do you think that he even went into the jungle like that?
No idea. I guess it was greedy for a farm or something.
Yeah, maybe he was just thinking that Void Boys was getting on the aggressive and was in their jungle. Because they don't have the best ward vision right now, if you actually take a look.
Yeah, sad that they lost their gem. They didn't even get the D ward, right? Yeah, all the wards are up still.
Yeah, so if you're taking a look at that, it's the map is going to be quite dark for them right now.
Yeah, they got double gems, so...
Yeah, once you have that, I mean, you're just not going to have...
That's a huge loss, actually, because DK can just run around as he wants now. That was a big part where you can stop DK, like getting solo kills or setting up kills.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But they managed to get the kill on that. It looked pretty funny. It was like the chase around the world. It was like, I thought he was dead for sure, but it had to take Suzy's rotation, and luckily he was there.
Yeah, it's pretty good for him to get a solo kill as well, because he just picks up level 16. And I think this is the mark that they want to push. Looks like everyone is moving bottom lane. Yeah, they want to use the 16 ult here.
Do you not wait for the next Roshan? Do you feel like he just goes...
No, I think they take their 2 towers before that.
Okay, Suzy starts to make his way to this bottom lane, and I mean, not today have to know that this is push, right?
Yeah, Lesh picks up a Bloodstone as well.
Oh, really? This is a support Leshrac with a Bloodstone at 26 minutes.
Yeah, that's
really
good.
decent time. So this bottom lane, here goes the push. The Focus Fire is used as well. I doubt that.
They're just sacrificing this. Their combo is like exceptionally better at high ground. They want to fight at high ground.
Yeah, so Mercy, please. The Focus Fire is almost off cooldown again. It's level 2 ultimate, and they continue to go high ground with this level 3 Dragon form as Suzy's just on top of this high ground. He's got a BKB as well. They don't have the best way to bring him down on top of that because they don't really have physical damage. A lot of it is magic damage. As Suzy is starting to drop a little bit lower from this tower damage. As Mercy, please, goes for the Shackle Shot on a smash. They manage to get the disruption off in a 3-man vacuum wall. Once again, and the Requiem of Souls is being charged up. The Wind Ranger goes down. The other heroes are managing to get out. Suzy goes down as well. And once again, a 3-man vacuum wall from Ifrit into the Leshrac stun.
I have to commend this Lesh and Darkseer players. Like they like make the game together. Like they win every fight just because they're playing so well.
Yeah, and I don't know how they managed to hold with the farm advantage that Void Boys has. But I feel like they shouldn't have gone for that kill on Smash. They have to know.
The same thing again. Like they get baited and then they put him down, and then they're fucked in position and they get back up.
They have to know that disruption is always going to follow.
It's like there's no way it's gonna be AFK in the base and not notice when you go for him.
Yeah, so a huge swing right there as we take a look at the XP graph as it climbs to 5k. And the net worth graph is now 4k in advantage and not today. And whatever timing that Void Boys has is starting to slip away.
Slipping away. They probably have...
fight.
If they can get a Roche, they have one more attempt, I think. And then it's gonna be a lot harder.
Yeah, that's an 11 charge support Bloodstone Leshrac. You've got a BKB fully completed on this Clinks with 1100 gold on top of that. The Shadow Fiend, I mean, he just got a 2100 gold. And this Darkseer, I don't even want to see what kind of farm he's got. He's got a 4-staff.
Yeah, I picked up a 4-staff. Just more mobility, save people.
It's probably bigger for the Shadow Fiend because Void Boys overcommits for heroes.
It seems like, they need to save Shadow Fiend and do a good fight.
Yeah, so this I mean, even the Viper's gone for mid-game items. Like, he went for the point booster.
Yeah, they're just going for cheap items. They know they want to push. Like, that's their plan. Even Windrunner skips the crit and goes for a BKB, it looks like. Picked up the Ogre Club.
This is the one true fight kind of thing.
Yeah, they're going to go for Roche, most likely. Set up that.
Alright, so Roche looks like it's going to be the likely target, like you said. Do you feel like after Roshan, it's all in for the bottom ranks?
They're starting to feel the pressure. Like, if you don't get this, it's going to be super hard. They'll probably pick it up on DK again, just to get a good high ground push.
Focus Fire is going to go on the Roshan. They do have the Medallion of Courage also popped on him, and it should be done in short order. It doesn't even look like NoT is interested in using any
they
of
don't
these
have
Roshans.
to. There's, like, even if they have Aegis, it's not that big of a deal if they just vacuum 3 people again. Like they always have it in ping, but...
You know, I feel like in some ways teams kind of overestimate the strength of Aegis, but it only ever matters if you're the first hero.
Yeah, if they focus you and then people die, meanwhile they're focusing you.
Yeah, exactly. So at top though, I mean, this is one of the most common trades in Dota, right? If you're on the dire side, it's like you trade the tier 2 tower.
That's like the most basic trade that everyone does now.
But this top lane, I mean, this Viper's got 2100 gold. It looks like they're trying to go for this chase because Fly starts to run in, but I mean, it's an Undying. He's not going to stop any TPs. And again, I mean, Stinger just continues to farm. This is a level 13 Leshrac with 11 Bloodstone charges.
Yeah, he's farmed. I'll see if it goes for BKB now, or is it the Glimmer time maybe?
I
could see
okay.
I could see a Glimmer work. Yeah.
They have 2 gems though. He actually decides to go for the Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
I think this is just as good of a decision because
Yeah.
it pairs so well with the Darkseer.
Yeah, of course. Both can work.
Yeah. So Ifrit just continues to push out the lanes right now as they continue to kind of wait things out. I mean, Void Boys, yeah, they've got this Aegis. Do you feel like they're under pressure to go for things? Because it looks like they're kind of comfortable with the pace right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're still like they have good heroes to fight late game. Like, there's no problem with that. There's BKBs and everyone. They kind of don't have to be vacuum and stun with everyone, but I still feel like they're a lot stronger in the mid game than late game.
Yeah, because the Undying, I mean, even his build, I mean, he's got the Medallion of Courage and the Arcane Boots, but he's not really going to pick up anything on top of that. And if you compare the Dazzle's farm as well, just an Urn of Shadows on him, and we just look at not today's heroes. I mean, that Leshrac alone with the Bloodstone and the Blink Dagger.
Farm. Like, yeah, the only Undying could get what's it called? A new item. The improved medallion.
The Solar Crest.
Yeah, that's pretty good here. But it's still like they have a ton of magic damage, so it's not that big of a deal.
If they got it on the Dragon Knight,
yeah, you spam
while they went for the high ground,
that would be good.
I think that should be the play here because there's not any other item for
you don't want to get anything else.
Yeah. So Power Shot's gonna fly out, just a scouting one. He's got enough mana to be able to use it as Megaponer gets closer to this this Aghanim Scepter. Actually, it's about to fly in right now, and in terms of item timings, I mean, he's not. There's no way he's gonna get a BKB in time, but maybe they wait for Suzy to get an Assault Curse beforehand, because AC really helps with tower pushes.
It does, but yeah, I haven't seen if they use the Aegis or not. I mean, it's not that big of a deal if they don't use it, but they kind of want to get the AC and then use the Aegis as well.
I don't know if they're going to be able to hit that timing, but okay, they're also waiting for Mercy Please's BKB on top of that, and that is definitely worthwhile to wait for.
That's worth waiting for.
Yeah, so Suzy continues to push out this mid wave. Not too afraid of anything, as nothing will go through that BKB, right? So you should be fine through any engagements, as Smash is just going to kind of cover for this mid lane. The Ultimate Orb is the item of choice for him. What do you feel like? Scotty? He's probably okay without the Manta, right?
Yeah, I think you know better than me. You probably go Scatter, right? It's the
I think
survival.
he stats.
Yeah, it seems like they always go on him anyways, so just tank up.
So Suzy pops the Dragon form. It doesn't look like NoT Today are interested in pushing this and take down the tier 2 without any sort of response, and they immediately head to the spawn of lane.
Yeah, so they won't use Dragon form.
Yeah, they've got the Assault Curse, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it in time. And, I mean, NoT Today isn't prepared for this, actually. They have to pop the Glyph right now. They're in an okay position. Yeah, the Medallion is flying on top of the Dragon Knight as well. Not taking a lot of damage for this. That's a free engagement, but that's just a single man vacuum wall, as Mystico is going to be the target this game. They don't want him to get the disruption off. He has to use it on himself. Stinger goes down. Man does pop the BKB, but there's so many zombies on top of him. The focus fire is also going to get hit on him as the Dragon Knight manages to take out Mystico, but he immediately buys back, and I think this is just going to be circle out for Void Boys as they force 2 buybacks out and lose nobody.
That was really that was bad buyback in my word. Like, he had the 11 stacks Bloodstone. That's like, there's no respawn time on that, right? How
it's
fast was it?
1 per level, so yeah, he would have been up in like.
Yeah, it's like there was they just forced 2 buybacks. That's huge for them.
Probably thought they were going to look for that fight, and NoT Today immediately go for the smoke. They realize they have to get something out of this. I mean, that fight.
Oh, and it picks up the AC now. Like, oh, now it's getting hard.
Yeah, and I think that was just a poor engagement by NoT Today. They weren't ready for the push. They didn't see. Void Boys just immediately went.
And they jumped everything on Viper. I would say that it's probably the worst hero to go on. Oh, they pick up 2 people though.
Yeah, they actually managed to pick up both supports, so whatever push there is, and somewhat ended as NoT Today start to get aggressive now, but there are no tier 2 towers for them to push. Are there any buybacks on either the Undying or the Dazzle? The Dazzle does have it, but that shouldn't matter too much, but I don't think NoT Today. I think they just continue to play defense.
They don't want to go high ground against this. So they're just going to continue farming, spread out on the map.
Whew,
Did they get a gems back though?
We can just take a look.
One in the base, so should be one on some hero. Trying to find it. No, they don't. They didn't get a gem.
Oh, okay.
There's a gem on Windrunner. Okay, yeah. No supports are using it.
Man, I mean, not today. They just weren't prepared, right? They didn't avoid. That was surprising. Void Boys, without any creep support at all, just immediately heads to that bottom lane. Nobody's in position for that, and the Darks here, for the first time this game, doesn't get that optimal vacuum wall off.
Yeah, you can see like how big difference is if you go only for a Viper. Like that's yeah, you can't like Viper with the dazzle behind him is really hard to kill.
With the blade mail on top
yeah,
of it,
of course, he's blade mail as well.
He's got a plate mail on top of that, and now just
he's just made to tank damage. Like that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, 7,500 gold and experience, or 7,500 experience, and we take a look at the gold. Just dips at about 5k, and I guess Void Boys is still okay though. They've got a tri-core. I don't really like how they built, but they just built for pure tank, which I guess is okay because not today don't actually have the best damage sources.
Yeah, it seems like if you actually look at it, if they get BKBs, the damage output is like Klinks and SF aura attacking. It's still a lot, but reduces it heavily with no Lesh, no SF ulti.
Yeah, and Van actually, I mean, in that fight, he had no impact. Like, he pops his BKB, but is unable to do anything as there's a ton of zombies chasing him, and the Wind Ranger just pops that focus fire with the Wind Run on at the same time.
Yeah,
he's just staring at him. He's like, what am I supposed to do?
Viper ultis and everything. Yeah, I couldn't even move.
Yeah, Suzy, I mean, he's got the AC. I'm really impressed with how Suzy's been playing this entire game. He's 8-2-1, kept his team in the game when it mattered, is able to get the solo kill as well. And he's finished the AC, and he's got 2,500 gold on top of that.
Does he go for what's the new Shadow Blade card?
Oh, you mean Silver Edge?
Yeah, and then it's like to remove SF's passive.
I was actually thinking about that, but I don't know if it's worth that commitment.
Okay, yeah,
like I think just going for maybe even a little bit more damage would be fine.
Yeah, but isn't that like it's decent damage I guess for a DK because you get the strength.
I don't know. He could get something like a crit. He'd be okay too.
Yeah, that's good.
This bottom lane, they haven't lost Raxes. Not today. I mean, they're moving out into the enemy jungle. Do they have a gem at least to at least spot this? No, they don't. And Klinks actually opts to go for a Daedalus, which I kind of disagree with. I feel like he should be getting an MKB for that Wind Ranger.
Yeah. Like MKB is key to killing Windrunners. But yeah, our crit's not that bad either. Especially when there's super tanky heroes, Viper and DK.
Yeah, as Roshan's about to respawn in 1 minute and 41 seconds. I mean, Void Boys, they've got the tri-core, I guess.
It feels like everyone is waiting for the Roche. Like they don't want to overcommit, make no mistakes, just be secure with the Roche.
I think for me personally, I bought too much into it, like a timing thing because they have the Undying and the Dazzle, but it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it felt like Windrunner got so farmed that like their core is like, super stable for late game anyways.
Yeah. And so the Viper actually caught up in farm as well. The Blade Mail, I feel like he was building for the mid game. And but especially after that bottom fight, they're probably like, oh no, we're perfectly fine.
Yeah, and Windrunner went back for crit as we thought. So after the BKB instead.
So this top lane right now, Mystico and the Darkseer here, but this shouldn't lead to anything as Void Boys, they're kind of just scouting out their own jungle, making sure there's nothing in there. Solar Crest is completed by the Undying, and like you said, the BKB and a Crystal's finish on this Wind Ranger. This next fight is going to be so huge for them, and the push is going to get quite strong as Suzy picks up the Reaver.
Everyone's just walking around, taking farm only. They're still like trying to stay together so nobody gets picked off. Just waiting for Roche. They're trying to D-ward with Windrunner. He's checking out the Roche area because they know the next fight is going to be there.
Yeah, as 747 Suzy just continues to push this out. He's got the Shadow Blade, a BKB, and a TP, so he should just be fine. And Van is continuing to look for pickoffs, but unable to find anything as he actually tops the net worth chart. And this Shadow Fiend, I mean, yes, he does finish the Scotty, and they are smoked up, and Van is actually looking for whatever pickoffs he can. Fly is going to go down so quickly.
Many misses.
3 hits should be able to do it as Mercy Please. He does pop his BKB. He manages to blink out. Stinger's going to run forward with that Blink Dagger, but Smash is just going to try to get out of there as Void Boys actually tries to get aggressive right now as got that 5-man rotation for this mid lane as nothing really happens as
that Undying
blows, and actually Mercy Please steps forward, manages to get the Shackle Shot off, and it actually doesn't connect on anything. Mystico, he gives up there. He's like, there's no way I'm living.
Did you see that Undying? He got like 5 misses. Well, like it was like how it was dead. And
yeah,
was,
the
like,
Solar Crest.
Yeah, like 4 misses in a row or something.
Yeah, the Solar Crest, and now Void Boys again. They go for this mid push, and 40 minutes into the game. Just taking a look at the XP graph. 10k in favor of Not Today, but it doesn't even seem to matter as the net worth chart. Yeah, it's in favor of Not Today, but the fights haven't been going their way. They are prepared for this push this time. The Darks here in this back area as Suzy pops that Dragon Form, and it looks like he's going to town, and the rest of the team backs up. Not a whole lot happening quite yet, as doesn't look like either team wants to go for anything quite yet, as the Darkseer swings around. Looks like he wants to go for this, as Darkseer, they try to go for the initiation, but again, it only lands on the Mega Poner, and Suzy doing so much damage to Stinger's Ifrit. He doesn't have the surge up, now he does, and Van's being chased away, and he goes down to the Focus Fire. They've got the gem, and 747 Suzy lands a stun on the Ifrit. The Shackle Shot's not even there, but it doesn't even matter. The damage is enough, and Smash unable to do anything. He does have the BKB up, but he doesn't have a team, as Mystico trying to buy a little bit of time with that disruption. Doesn't matter at all, as he managed to get the first racks, the melee one, as the Shackle flies, doesn't connect, and Van goes down so quickly to that Focus Fire, and Smash is in the middle of everything. Suzy, he's taking enough. He's got the Grave on him as well. He surged up though, as Smash is just going to run away, but this is going to mean a second Rax as well, as the range one should be going down even with the backdoor protection. Yes, it does. No creeps. They don't even care, as Mercy Please manages to make his way mid. They're going to push with this creep wave, and Not Today again. Not an ideal engagement, as they all in pretty much for that Viper.
Yeah, it's like same mistake again, like trying to kill one with too much. Like they don't get anything from it.
Yeah, so if he actually gets shackled, Mystico's going to be there with the disruption like he always is. Mercy Please, he's just going to rotate out as Van. I mean, he died and bought back, right?
Yeah, he's died back.
And so whatever comeback mechanic he has, I feel like it's just been kind of shot out of the water, as Void Boys, they realize the type of position there, and they're probably really ecstatic right now.
They just want to secure Roche now to be sure that they win. They probably don't want to. They can't. I don't think can even kill it without Clinks. Not fast enough, probably.
Yeah, they don't really have the best damage. Like Darkseer's garbage.
Yeah, I got it. It's complete target. Shadow Demon doesn't do anything. It's max soul though, so yeah, they can't do anything. They just want to stay around in case they go for it on Void Boys.
Not Today. I mean, it kind of feels like they lack damage as well. Like Van can't really get on top of anybody.
Yeah, as soon as they miss their combo, they lack damage. Like the combo was the damage. That's always going so good in the early game.
Yeah, I feel like the Clinks, again, I don't really want to harp on it, but the lack of MKB means that the win ranger every time, Dooney, is that he's popping his BKB, he pops the win rate, the win run, and then he just focus fires.
Yeah, and then he has to focus someone else, and all those targets are so tanky. Like the DK is, what is he like? 38 armor? Yeah. You can't kill that with a crit.
The Solar Crest as well on fire.
Yeah,
you saw how effective that
yeah,
was. And yeah, again, it comes back to the fact that I think it should have been an NKB, but and oh my god, Mercy Please is there with the Shackle Shot, leans forward aggressively. Suzy with the stun on top of that. Smash is gonna go down, and even if he buys back.
No buyback.
It doesn't even matter because he won't have the damage as the Shadow Demon manages to run away, but like you said, no buyback on Smash, and if Void Boys recognizes that, I don't even think they have to go for it, right? They just go for Roshan.
There's zero mistake. Like they don't want to take any risks. Just go back to Roche, get a Sheath and Aegis, put it on Viper and maybe DK or maybe Windrunner instead. We'll see who they choose to pick it on.
I think Suzy should get the Cheese, and I think Mercy Please should get the Aegis.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't matter if they kill Viper in the fight. It's so tanky. The enemies don't even want to go for him anymore. They have a Shivas.
They've got a Shivas and an AC now.
So high armored.
Yeah. So that is how it's going to go, as even the Hasten is picked up. As Not Today decide to go for the split pushes Van. I mean, he gets Orchided up, but it doesn't even matter, as he's got the Ghost Scepter, which is all he really needs to be able to survive this. And both supports peeking in, and over here on the left side, you've got Mystico, who's going to go down so quickly to that Focus Fire and pick off after pick off. But I feel like Not Today, this is the correct move. They've got to try to create space where they can.
They have to do something. Like they're far behind now. Like this, now is a death push coming. Like they need a miracle to stop this.
Yeah. So the 10k experience lead that they once had, I mean, it just looks such a value right now. As it almost evens out at 0 in the net worth. I mean, it is just plummeted in favor of Void Boys at 5k plus. And this is the death pushes. They're headed down mid.
They also they have almost no buybacks on the Radiant side. They have one on Lesh, I think. Yeah. Only Lesh has a buyback, so this is probably gonna be almost impossible. Like, they need a fucking wonder combo, like, kill everyone in
and on the left side over here, Mercy Please blinks up aggressively, goes for the Focus Fire. I mean, he's got an Aegis. He's just looking to kind of create a disruption. Pops his Wind Run as well. The stun does land on him. Suzy manages to pop the Dragon Form. He's just going to town right now on these Rex. He's got the Solar Crest up on him as well. 50. Oh my god, his armor is so insanely high. As Mystico is the choice for Mercy Please, but unable to kill him as the 3-man vacuum wall does come in. Ifrit doesn't manage to get the wall off though, and Van in the middle of all of this is going to go down quite quickly. 3 heroes left for NoT today. Clinks doesn't have the buyback. Mystico is going to be the target next. He goes down. Smash. I mean, the Shackle Shot, it doesn't even matter. He's just trying to buy space for this as the Rax is already down. Stinger has already popped the Ghost Scepter. He's going to go down. A Mega Counter with that triple kill. Smash in the middle of everybody. The double Requiem, the one from the death as well, isn't going to be enough. Smash buys back, but it's a 1-on-5 right now.
Yeah.
With the Aegis and the Cheese still available. The stun's going to go on him as well as the Focus Fire. Smash calls the GG is NoT today. Get taken down by Void Boys in pretty convincing fashion as Suzy was up to 68 armor during that death.
That was insane. This stacked armor. They couldn't kill anyone.
You were not going to fight that.
Yeah,
He's like Solar Crest, the Dazzle, he's got the Mist chance on top of that. Like, he was unkillable.
Yeah, everything has went wrong. Like, because they had such a good early game. Like, everything went exactly how they wanted to go. And after that, they went on a Viper twice, I think it was. And it's like, everything is absolutely shattered from